What's up, everybody? Alrighty. Let's get coloring. I keep all my color pencils right here. It's for nothing. Hey, what's up, creator? There has been my parents looking for my root. That's too funny. It's too funny. Yeah, well, too many people go, when'd you get a camera on you? When'd you get a camera on you? Like, this is it. I just hang out in front of a Toys R Us all day. Yeah, sorry. This is my dopey face. Probably doesn't match the voice. You know? VTuber? What's VTuber? I don't know what that is. Those anime characters everyone uses. Oh, is that what that is? Huh. Well, that seems like a lot of effort. I just use the NVIDIA. Whatever comes with this NVIDIA thing, that's what I use. Yeah, it's okay if I get old, man. You know what I mean? Like people trying to hide their. I'll be youthful forever. I'll just be an avatar. Like, okay, you know. Hayao Miyazaki, he wears his age. I'm cool with that. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, if you go with different levels of pressure, you can just kind of go over and give it a second bit and then just come in, sharpen it, you get another level of detail. Right now, this is just three colors total, really. And if you hold it further back, you get much lighter. If you hold it closer, you can get more saturation. Pretty fast too. Done all that in 10 seconds. Yeah, Scribbly is fast. It's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. I'm gonna do a shade level here with the darker blue. And I haven't used black or anything yet, which means that when I do throw some black down, I can really use it to kind of push. Rather than add black to your art, you want to think about like using black to push the other colors forward. See, by adding some contrast here, it pushes the brighter parts forward. Yeah, thanks, one then. One new one, no lazy black shades. I don't know about lazy, like whatever gets you there, but also don't muddy up your art, right? Like if you want color, go for color. So I could do a version where there's a lot of shadow, but these are like toonish characters, so we want the color to pop, right? So, dude, what's the point of doing color pencil if it's gonna end up being black and white drawing? Yeah, you do commission work. I take them. This is a commission. So from time to time, a lot of times I just do art now and just sell it on my own. So I got a few coming up that I took. So it just kind of depends on what people want to do and what I got time for. But I've been taking less commission work because folks pick random shit. Y'all be picking some way. You see me drawing turtles, and then they're like, "Hey, I want you to do like Blue Lantern, but with like Luke Skywalker's head and shit." Like, I had a fam, you know, pitched me a commission idea the other day. I like him; he's a good dude. But he was like pitching me this villain to a '80s cartoon that I remember, but this cartoon called Silverhawks, right? I remember Silverhawks, but like, it was like the bad guy to that one, and I'm like, I don't remember that dude. And I'm like, it's so rando, dude, that I'd have to do a whole Silverhawks thing on my own to go with that, or it'll make no fucking sense. Like, like, yeah, I don't think he got it. I'm like, I get that's what you would like to see me draw, but like, what happens when I do that shit, man, is it like I'm gonna lose people. It's like if I draw a Darth Vader, but I never do anything, and then I jump to like gummy bears, it's just really confusing for folks to follow you. You know, Silverhawks are trying to do a reboot. Yeah, I had the toy. Like, it was cool, but I had the toy because the toy was cool. I don't remember the bad guys. I remember Mumra and shit from like Thundercats. But if I did a Mumra, then I got to do a whole Thundercats thing. So it's like, I mean, if you're not liking what I'm doing now, then it might not be good timing for all this. Like, because I could just draw some more turtle stuff or put together a package of something or sketch out Moon Knight stuff when the TV show comes out. Put together a whole little thing. And I've done that. I've done like the random commission thing many times in the past, and it just I've had to be very careful about the kinds of commissions I take. That's all good. I don't want that mean you wouldn't take. I take no OCs. Yeah, I don't do OCs. So I did a long time ago. It just turns into like basically turns into like it turns into freelance at the end of the day. Like somehow it's like they're getting a rate, a freelance rate. They end up putting out a book or a sketchbook, or Mart ends up on a indie cover somehow. I'm like, That's freelance." And if I'm gonna draw OCs, I'll just draw my own. So there's no point in that for me. Like, so I get it, but let me give you all some advice about OCs, right? And I learned this from the Image years, right? Like Spawn, Savage Dragon, Wildcats. Nobody's gonna draw your OC better than you. You know what I mean? Like Battle Chasers issue 10's coming out. I really wish Joe Mad was drawing it. I don't care if it's Joe Mad drawing just table scraps. I don't really want someone else drawing his book. If it was a different Battle Chasers thing, I get it. But when it's official Battle Chasers, I don't know. You know. Sorry, creator. I know, right? But I don't benefit from that. I just end up with more OC work. I just don't want to do it. If there's any upside, it's not personal. That's just a blanket rule. I don't do it. I'd rather just draw my own characters. All right. Let's see here. Whoop! I hit the fucking. Hold on, I gotta move this thing out the way. Started working on a TTRPG. Only project I finished, and I know at some point I'll hire artists. Doing so, but I have a lot of hats already. I'm not picked up on a pencil. Yeah, yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, definitely not. I'm definitely not taking projects and stuff. Which turtle's my favorite? Um, I always love Donnie because I appreciate a nerd, who brings a stick to a knife fight. But I always found that if I was going to buy a toy or a T-shirt, if Leonardo's on it, that's probably the one I go to. So two swords, two swords, two swords is always cool. 4, 5, and this looks like a good one. A lot of people do. Mikey's fun. I can't use nunchucks, man. Break my nuts. It's too dangerous, man. You gotta be willing to like incur jackass levels of injury to be a nunchucker. Mad respect for whoever can use those things. But just hit myself in the balls. Boosh. You're not stabbing yourself with the sword. Maybe with the sai. The blade's face the other way. Now, double-edged sword. That I get. People move out the way when you got two swords. Nunchucks, they don't take you serious. Always thought Raph was cool to draw the side too. I draw the side so it's very violent. No, you don't. Which is why I gave him the Shredder gauntlets. I used to own it. I used to have a sai when I was a kid. Somehow I got a sai from my friend. I don't know how he got one, and I was like, oh, like you can throw them, but they're fucking heavy, like a gardening tool, right? Never used Kofi before, but I'm having. Aw, thanks, Jazz. Appreciate the Kofis. I get those fast. The YouTube super chats are dope, but they make you wait till you rack up $100 on super chats before they pay you. And I don't really get enough super chats, so like I might be waiting a year for some of this super chat money. I'm appreciative of both, but now I know I can enjoy a coffee tomorrow morning. Thank you. Over there. Revenge guy. Revenge guy with the coolest fucking name ever, bro. Let's get some revenge. I'm actually at Disney today. Oh snap! Green book for the yeah, it's blue green. Personally, like when the turtles have their own personal shade of green. Yeah, they had them in a lot of the coloring books and the video games too. Um, I just rode the Falcon. It was cool enough. I told you. I always thought it should have been X-wings. I think everyone should be the pilot. You can blow stuff up. Jason got into an argument with me about on the podcast about that. I'm like, Rogue Squadron should have been the ride, you know, and then one lucky person gets to fly the Falcon, you know. But give me four X wings and a Falcon. But like, I'm the engineer. Like, oh, fucking sucks. I'm being a snow speeder and actually fucking run the tow cable on the Imperial Walkers and shit. You know what I mean? Making all that stuff sequel trilogy shit just makes no sense to me. I'm not a hater on the sequel trilogy, but it's like, dude, when you want to go on a giant ride where you all get to like take down shit, like, I don't fucking know, man. Like a big Disney version of BattleTech, right? But like a 5 minute long, insane. Hey, Elliot. Yes, now I can chat. Sorry, I was on a work call earlier. I had to take it. So, but it still worked. So, how about that? How about that? The mission never stops. Buffy season 7. Or was it 6? I think it was 7. I'm gonna say it was a season 7. See if we can get this. Let's get these down here. Throw a little rando color in there. And then I'm going to need the red out. And these two out for that. Whoa! Nice tried. Permanent chroma. Yeah, sure, whatever. I think that's more what I'm looking for. Think. I think. Hmm. Yeah. So a little bit of this coloring. Just a little bit. I don't know why. No reason. Instinct. I just go with it. No theory here. This is going to. No. Is it going to break? It's a little loose. This is a Prismacolor, and they're wax based, and they fucking break easily, so. Yeah, this is going to. See? It's going to break right off. This is a little piece of shit. Fortunately, there's just some colors that the polychromos don't. Well, you did it again. All right, this is gonna be one of these things, isn't it? Come here, bud. Let's try the pencil sharpener. Pencil sharpener won't give you a sharp tip. It will kind of just chew through the pencils, but that's fine because these are so waxy. I don't have to have them as sharp. Forgot that. How come no one said which one is Stimpy and which one is Squidward? Hmm. Hmm. SpongeBob? I don't know that one. I know Ren and Stimpy. I know SpongeBob on the Run. Very bad man, which I love. Very bad man. Let's ask Doctor Stupid. This is syrup on your nickel. Oh, I'm a nerd. You know, I buy Invader Zim, and I own Squee, and Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and the one with the girl. I always forget the name. That one's dope. Where she goes on the date. Nickelodeon lore. Turkey Television, Danger Mouse, Pinwheel. I was there. I was there. All right. Not hard. Not hard. And then we'll do the bandana last. Let's get these Mirage style swords going on here. Always with the red and gold weapons. Oh. Hey, what's up, Total? Do 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 do. Sorry, I was doing a mic check. It made a noise, and I was like, "Did it just disconnect?" It did not. Good to know. Oh, the concert we did for Crash. It's a lot of creativity. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not even all the work by a long shot. But there's just stuff you can't post yet. Someday, maybe. Someday. Someday. Because when it comes to creative, I haven't really posted the real stuff. Eventually, all them expiration dates will hit, and then I'll be able to do that. But until that day comes, pretty easy. How am I doing the blades? Oh, I did it with the gray. The gray and the blue, I believe. Let me grab. Where is that? Where is it? Shit, which one? Did I already have it out? Did I already have that out? I couldn't have had that out. This is probably right here. Sneaky little bastard. I don't want that. We'll do the off green. Uh, I give myself at the max about 2 hours per little character. Depends on what I'm doing, you know. Like turtles have a lot of different colors to them, so we're doing well. We're doing good for time. We are doing good for it. What's your thoughts on the new female turtle? I don't know much about her. She looks cool. Arthur McVean from the next mutation. Uh, it's all fine, man. You know the IDW comics not quite my continuity. Um, I had always wished they'd brought Kirby back, which was the original fifth turtle. When they were doing development for Turtles 3, I always feel like if you're gonna bring up another illustrator, ode to Jack Kirby, you know, Corbin would have been a good name. I would have started naming them after the influences on the turtles. Miller, you know, like if she had been like a dark female named Miller, that would have been fucking dope, right? So I don't care about that live action TV show. I fucking outright hate it. So, you know, I was there. I'm not cool with it. You know, I have no interest in it. How about that? They can do whatever they want. I have no interest in that. So I just there's a many more references they could make that I think are more in continuity and reverential to the original thoughts on the creation of the Turtles. But they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know, I just don't get the nostalgia for that shit. Yeah, but who cares? The fifth turtle was going to be named after Jack Kirby. I would start naming after comic book characters. Who cares? Those are the artists that influenced Splinter. If there's new turtles, they'd be named after artists that influenced the turtles. They'd read comics. I have very specific ideas about the turtles, folks. You know, Richard Corbin's a huge influence on Eric Larson. Jack Kirby's a huge influence on them. Frank Miller, you do not get the turtles without Frank Miller. So like I don't care about Venus, the names Venus de Mars. I don't give a shit about all that stuff. I don't care. Like, what was the concept? There's a picture of it. Yeah, type in Kirby the Fifth Turtle. You can see it. It's a crazy concept. It needed work, but naming it after Jack Kirby is definitely the way I would go. I don't know if I'd keep that same design by any measure. Rambo. I'm not doing any of that. I don't want Monet the Turtle. I just name them after the comics. You're never gonna convince me otherwise. I'm setting my ways. Set my turtle ways. I'm open to any discussion, but when it comes to the turtles, I'm not having that. So, since you asked, all right. I think this one, bro, looks fucking sad. Is it gonna be a villain? I think so. I think so. But you know, having one that starts out bad and goes good, as opposed to Ralph, who's good and kind of goes bad, would be a great flip, right? Like, yeah, if you name him Kirby, he's got to come from space. You know, like the Triceratons cloned a turtle or some shit. You know, like he's made up of all the turtles or something. Mostly like seeing fan, but literally looks like he's dual wielding. I would have made him more space based. Kirby, Cosmic Kirby's what they were always referencing with like Fugitoid and like maybe a bounty hunter, you know, or a clone like Venom, right? Like a clone or something. But they're doing fine without my help, so they don't need my advice. I'm the one that would put Splinter in a mouse or keep him small, you know. If I goof up the eye, I don't really care. I can go back in and add. I'll add little spots of white ink at the end to kind of pop that stuff back out. Eastman did a sketch, a concept sketch for the movie. Might be in the Turtles anthology, but I have to crack it open and look. The fucking spine cracked on me, man. Poorly, poorly constructed, Kevin. They went cheap on that one. Sucks because it's filled with great material. Do you review portfolios and how much? Oh, I mean, I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with any of that. You know, it's not that I don't mind giving advice. Just I couldn't charge to look at someone's work. You know. I mean, if you really want to know, like, just look at whatever you're trying to do, the industry that you want to do it, and hold your art up to them. And if it passes the cool test, is it cool as the shit they're charging for, then you're good to go. You know. I know that sounds like really. I'm not. I'm not. I know that sound it may sound like I'm trying to get out of it, but I'm just being honest. Like, I mean, and it kind of doesn't matter. Even if you're freaking amazing, I couldn't get IDW to do this. I know I've worked with IDW. You know, I've hung out with Kevin Eastman at IDW. Think about that. I colored work for Kevin Eastman personally. I couldn't even get them to get me to work on the turtles. So I'm like the last guy who could really help you get more work. You know, I can't even get my own self to work really. And I know these dudes. I got his phone number in my phone somewhere. Kevin Eastman. Never bothered to call him though. I couldn't do that. That's probably why. A real shooter, an artist who promotes themselves would have called him at least once, right? Just can't do it. We got Toka the Snapping Turtle and so yeah, I don't know, man. I wasn't a fan of the second movie. When I was a kid, I wasn't a fan of the second movie. So. I like Kino. Thought Kino and Casey should have been a thing, but that was it. It was the only part of the movie I liked. Oh, That's not true. The other thing I liked about the movie was it happens to have a, I forgot, it happens to have a line that I think is really good. And I had forgotten it's in the sequel. I thought it was in the first movie for years. And then I went back. I'm like, oh shit, it's actually from, it's Little Too Wrath. Little Too Wrath. Little Too Wrath. Like, that's a good line. The second, third movies both kind of grabby, took it easy. Yeah, yeah, I only like the first one. I mean, Steve Barron, the director, really tried to give it that Ghostbusters feel in the first film, and that really rings true. So it's the only movie I like. I actually walked out of the reboot movie. I couldn't take it. Just walked out. It's not for Rob. The 2007 movie has its moments. It's just its focus is on that weird other storyline when I just want it to be sort of a follow up to the movies. I actually made a fan edit on my own once. But whatever. And then I like Donnie versus Raph, the short Donnie versus Raph. But I like anything Yonan Vasquez does. So you know. It's so tough with art advice because like I know what I would do, but like I don't know if what I would do is gonna like click with like how you think or how anyone else thinks. Like so I tell people what I would do, but a lot of them come back and go, I don't know, but like yeah, I know. Like I get it. It's like brushes, like Photoshop. Here's my Photoshop brushes, but they don't get the same effect. I know, so it's hard. Like the only advice I can give that I think works for everybody is if you want to get better at figure art, do gesturals, time gesturals, and then do construction off the gesturals. Find the ones that work the best and reconstruct them. Do 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute, 30-second gesturals every day for like 3 months. Take the best ones and start constructing them, three-dimensional construction. Take a pose and then flip it, do the backside, you know, then plug in like you do that, you're gonna get way better at figure work, without a doubt. but you got to be able to stick with it. I don't know. Like some people don't want to do that, or they don't, they don't fall in love with that stuff. So it's like I could just draw perspective cubes all day. You know, sometimes you'll see it like in my feeds. I'll put the perspective cubes, like really crazy. But it's just me warming up, and when I feel a little like lost or something, I'm like, yeah, I'll just do this. I could just do that all day. You know, it's abstract, but I enjoy it. Creator of Castell. Do 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 do. You know, sometimes people are just they already have their own advice. Like they're like, I don't think my figure work is as good. You know why? Because it's probably not as good. Your instincts were correct. It's horrible. I've been there. Right? I've been like, I don't think. I remember I was doing digital colors like 2006, 2007, and it was like I could color, but digitally it was just like not working. And I did this piece. I'm like, I think I'm putting too many colors down. And it was a fucking nightmare piece, folks. Like, it was a swirl of shit. My wife to this day, she saw it and she was just like, "Ooh." I'm like, "Yeah, and that's not I'm not proud of that." You can see sometimes color pencils they do it too. Like they'll start adding a little too much colors. Like they'll put a purple and a blue and a green and a yellow because they can, and it starts to turn into like I don't know, man, fucking kaleidoscope. So in that case, my instincts are right. I'm using too much fucking color. Chill on that. You know, was it the what's his face? What's that actor from Wolf of Wall Street? Jonah Hill, right? The that thing. Ixnay on the colors. A Rob's A. All right, almost at the 2 hour mark on Leo, and then he'll be good. Where are we at? We're at 5 o'clock. When they said stay in the lines in the second grade, I learned that that's bullshit. In my coloring books, I had these Heckle and Jekyll coloring books. I was like, if you put a real like a green, like a lime green, around the grass, it glows. And the teacher used to, you stay on the lines. I'm like, fuck, no. I had this teacher in the second grade. I was only there for like 3 months of school, but she would assign coloring projects, right? Like sheep or clouds, something with white on it. And she'd give you white paper and she'd give you white crayons and there'd be other shit to color on there. But she'd go and feel the paper if you used the crayon or not. If you just left it white on the paper, she marked you down a grade. It's a second grade, man. Whew. It's a true story. Let me get my. I forgot to pull the black. That has to do how you color now. That has to do with how I color nowadays. Yeah, actually, a lot of what I'm doing now, I kind of taught myself, like as far back as the second grade. You know, we use a lot of the same techniques. Like it's weird, but when it comes to this stuff, not a lot has changed. Like this is the one thing I got when I was a kid. The problem is I just didn't have money for. I didn't know about color pencils until high school, and I was so good with them. The teacher gave me the school set. You should just keep these. And so I would start to do this, and I did this giant piece of color pencil work in my school. I went to Santana High in Santee, the one that was unfortunately shot out 20 years ago. I wasn't there for that; I was in the army. But they had these, you know, those things on the roof, like you. I don't know if you had these sectionals, like you can push them up. It's like drywall. They would cover those with artwork. And so if you did art class for 4 years and you completed the was it AP class or something, college class version of it, and the portfolio, you could have a piece of art up there. And they had art going back 20 years, like into the 70s. And so I did this whole big color pencil piece for that. And right as I was finishing it, my brother, the door opens. I was at this table, and my behind me was a door to the garage. The door, I'm looking at it. The door opens up, and water from a hose comes shooting into the house, bro. I've never water has from the hose has never shot into my house, and went right on the art and just all that stuff went destroyed it. My teacher said, "You know, I ruined it. Almost killed my brother over it." My teacher's like, you can." She was like, you can always do another piece and over the summer and bring it in. I just couldn't bear to do it. It's the one art gig that got away from me. And so I didn't touch color pencils for like 4 years until I was in the army. Then I did this piece for a friend, a girl I really liked, and it was a nice little color pencil piece. But I killed my fingers so bad on that because I tried to make it all clean and perfect that I just didn't do color pencils from 2000 till 2013, 14. I don't know, somewhere around there, 15 maybe. So I just kind of forgot. And by the time I came back, they had these polychromos, which I liked way better than the Prismacolors anyway. But those events in an art, so I reflect on the technique. Yeah, yeah. I was in the army. I was stationed at Ray Barracks, Germany. It's no longer there. Friedberg, Germany, Ray Barracks. It was a 19 kilo before 9/11. I got out in March of 2001. So I was in from 98 till 2001. Oh, you live in Germany. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I spent 3 years. Friedberg, Germany. You know, right outside of Frankfurt. Frankfurt. I make the glue vine every Christmas now. Tell me I learned man, here's the thing, I can't speak languages. I've lived in Mexico and Germany. I can't speak Spanish or German. I am no good with I have this thing called synesthesia where like I see words as colors or individual letters as colors is really what it is. So like I get like if you say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the word teenage to me is like lime green, dark green, brown, red, purple, lime green, right? Lime green, gray, uh, pinkish purple, magenta. How about magenta would be for the R? The T would be a lime green. L would be like a cream color. E would be a green. S would be a blue. Yeah, I used to think it was just because I watched too much Sesame Street when I was a kid, but later on in life, I had a friend who he was like, "Hey man, this is a, I think you might have this thing." I was like, "What?" Because he was like a some kind of doctor or whatever. I mean, he went to UCLA and he was like, "I think you might have this thing." So I looked it up and then there was a test and it's like, sure enough, I got it. Am I streaming tomorrow? I am streaming tomorrow. So I gotta pack it up here in a minute anyway. I gotta go do my workout and then get dinner made. So I'm just popping in some blacks. Hey, total toot. Do me a favor, man. If you're like on my other stuff, just send me a link to your portfolio. I'll look at it if you want. Just let me know what you're trying to do. When I get a chance, I can make an MP3 or something. I normally don't do it, but you're in Germany, and I love Germany. I really do. I really do. If I could afford to, I would just move there. Fortunately, I found that in Germany, most people speak English, and if they didn't, they speak drawings. So, like, if I needed something like pizza, I'd just draw a picture of pizza. Like, looking for this, and they know. I mean, most of them took an English class anyway. They get it. Speaking of dinner, yep, me too. I'm just gonna pop some of these shadows forward. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna be up in the morning streaming early. If you can make it, great. Um, Somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning. It varies. And then, so 246, I want to get this done by 10:30. So I need to be streaming by, I'm not going to be able to get it done by 10:30, but I will get this all complete tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm not going to rush it. That spinny bow might take a little effort, but we'll definitely wrap it up tomorrow, most likely. So, and then, yeah, that'll be that. Oh, we're almost there. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you later. Peace.